I don't think you care about me. This is just for my accountability, and I'm not trying to brag. Let's talk about my 2022 goals. I'm a graphic designer in Atlanta. I work full-time at a creative agency. I'm lead designer. I work on every design project that comes through the doors, and I'm gonna share with you my goals in 5 categories: day job, learning, content creation, side income, and personal. So we're gonna get into all that good stuff, and we're gonna start with day job. First goal for my day job is I wanna bring in $5,000 in gross commissions. I have a non-compete agreement with my employer, which basically means all of the freelance work that I bring in, I have to do at my company. I have to bring them in as a client. So I bring in all the clients that I work with into the agency that I work at, and I get a commission. How it works is every time I bring in a client, I get 20% of that project's fee. So if I bring in a client for $1,000, I get $200. And that's set up for the lifetime of the client. So if I bring in a client and they come back to us 1,000,000 times, all 1,000,000 of those times I get 20% on all 1,000,000 of those projects. So it's a pretty generous deal. I also know that a lot of people find this to be a deal breaker and they won't even work with an agency that has a non-compete agreement. But for me, I found that it's a really great situation because number one, I found out I actually don't really want to do freelance work outside of 9 to 5. I don't actually like working with clients. I don't want to do that forever. So I want to build my content creation in my free time. And if I can limit the time that I work on freelance projects from 9 to 5, which I still need to work on freelance projects because those are the things that bring in the most money the quickest. So I still have to do that, but if I can limit it between 9 and 5, and I still have the potential to scale my income as I scale the client base, I think that's a win for me. So I really like that balance. And on top of that, I get access to all the company's resources. I mean, the sit-stand desk I'm using, the chair that I'm sitting on, the $5,000 M1 Max MacBook Pro that I use, and the Creative Cloud subscription, and all these different subscriptions of assets. I mean, I really have access to everything that I could possibly need for every client project, and I don't have to pay anything. In fact, I get paid for it, and I get 20% of every project. And I'm still learning a ton. I think it's a sweet deal for me, so I feel pretty good about this agreement, but I want to grow the amount of commissions that I get. So last year I got just under $2,000 in commissions. I want to more than double that number this year. As of right now, a month into 2022, I have secured $1,400 in gross commissions. So I have 3,600 left to go. So I think I can do it. We will see. Second goal for my day job is I actually want to protect my work-life balance better. End of last year, I worked so much. I worked more than I think I've ever worked at my day job in my life. I worked 2 back-to-back 80-hour weeks, and I still didn't have enough time to get all my work done. And going into the fourth quarter, I was already expecting it to be a busier season than usual because of Christmas, and we do a lot of work for churches, so Christmas is the busiest season. But I expected that to end in January and slow down, which is what it usually does. But this year, it didn't. We just kept getting more work. And suddenly, I didn't see an end in sight. And when I talked to my boss about this, he really challenged me to take time off. And I know it sounds crazy, but I have a hard time saying no. And even though my company gives basically unlimited PTO, I don't take it. I feel guilty taking it. I feel like, if I want to be on time, I want to keep my promises to these clients, I need to work. Honestly, have taken very, very, very few days off. I've never even reached the national average per year for PTO. So my boss really encouraged me to do that. And another part of this is I also want to start tracking my time so I can know before I say yes to new projects, whether I actually have enough free hours to do the project. When I first started working at this company, I didn't bring in any clients. I was a brand new designer. I was just working with the clients that this company already had when I was hired. But over time, I've started getting a ton of inquiries, especially as I started posting on my Instagram. Since then, I've been bringing in clients as well. And I've just been saying yes, yes, yes to everyone. But now I think it's about time for me to start saying no and to start limiting what I say yes to so I can prioritize the projects that I really care about and are the most profitable for the company. For that reason, I'm going to start tracking my hours. I'm going to say this is the number of hours I want to work per week for me to have good work-life balance. And what that looks like is working on average between 30 to 40 hours a week. And then I'm going to track, okay, usually for a branding project, this is how many hours, for a logo project, for an event design, for a sermon series, for album art, whatever it might be. It'll allow me to know exactly how much time it's going to take me to work on it, at least on average. And then I can say, oh, I will actually be over capacity at that time, so no. Or I do have the hours, so I'm gonna do it. Or the third option is I won't have any time to do it, but we can contract another designer to do it. Which leads me to another goal for my day job, which is to find and hire a reliable design contractor. All of this time tracking and finding a contractor. This all serves to be able to spend more time with my wife, be able to spend more time doing whatever I want to do, spend more time making videos if that's what that is, or going outside or making music or whatever it might be. I just haven't really had time to do anything outside of work for the last 6 months. And a lot of it's on me, which is why it's a goal for me. Thankfully, I have the support of my boss in this as well. Shout out Brain Trust Creative. That's the place I work. All right, those are all my day job goals. Let's talk about the second category. Learning. I'm always constantly learning. This is like the main characteristic of me. I'm always trying new things. I always want to get better. I want to learn new skills. There are two main skills that I want to learn this year: 3D design, specifically Cinema 4D and Redshift. And I also want to learn UI, interaction, web, whatever it's called, design in Figma and Webflow. Both of these worlds have always fascinated me, and I see a trend towards 3D and I want to get ahead of that trend. But also it's so frustrating for me to not be able to just create everything from scratch and have to rely on photography sometimes as a graphic designer. So it would be great if I could just render everything that I need for an idea that I have. And thankfully my employer actually got Grayscale Gorilla Plus last December when they had their one-day sale. So I'm going to be diving into those courses and using those assets. At the end of this year, I want to be at the point where I feel comfortable in Cinema 4D modeling anything, any shape that I want, and no longer being limited by my lack of technical knowledge when it comes to 3D design, but knowing exactly how to do everything in all of the softwares, just like I feel right now in Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. That's my goal there. I kind of have the exact goal in Figma and Webflow as well. I want to have an idea for a website or an app and then be able to just lay it out and know exactly how to do that in Figma and Webflow. Another big piece of this is that we don't do any web work at my current agency. So I don't have any experience as a web designer. I don't have any interaction design. I don't know how to use Figma. And if I want to be a well-rounded designer, and if I want to get more into branding, or if I want to make my own website or whatever it might be, it's an extremely useful tool to have as a designer. And I want to have that skill so that I'm not behind and I'm more valuable as a designer overall. To learn Figma and Webflow, I have a Skillshare membership also sponsored by my employer, but I've also personally purchased 2 of Flux Academy's courses, the 10K Web Designer and the Webflow Masterclass. So I'm going to be diving into those as well. And I want to feel completely confident by the end of the year leading web design projects from start to finish, which right now I don't feel like that at all. All right, category number 3, content creation. The biggest thing that I've realized about myself professionally in the last 2 years, as I've been working on more and more freelance projects, I realized I don't like working with clients. I mean, I enjoy it because, I'm helping people, I'm solving their problems, we're working together to create some really amazing work, but I don't want to do that forever. The most ideal situation for me is I could just wake up in the morning, create whatever I want to create, and not have anyone have any say in the creative process or any design decisions. They can't just say, oh my gosh, I hate this. Can you change everything about it because it looks like crap to me? Even though to me, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I think that is the most draining part about working with clients. So I want to find whatever way I can to generate income, generate enough sustaining income so that I can not have to work with clients anymore. And one of the key ways to do that is content creation. Being able to generate income from AdSense or from brand deals or from influencer marketing or whatever it might be, I'm going to put content out there and people are going to pay me for it because they're drawn to it, instead of you're going to pay me so that I can put content out there. I think those two things are completely different and I would much prefer the former. And so this year I'm going to focus on building an audience. I'm going to focus on 3 platforms. Number 1 is YouTube. I'm trying to become a YouTube partner this year. If by the end of the year I can just be monetized, that would be a huge win for me. I'm going to do this by uploading 25 videos this year. That's about 2 videos a month. I'm on schedule right now, so hopefully this continues. The second platform is Instagram. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers. I'm going to do that by posting at least 20 times per month and start incorporating reels in there. And then the third platform is Twitch. I want to become a Twitch affiliate by the end of the year. I'm going to be designing stuff, we're going to be talking to people, we're just going to be hanging out, and I don't know for sure if Twitch is going to be the platform I'm going to stay streaming on, but I'm going to shoot for that for now, and then maybe at the end of the year I'll look back at this and be like, Edward, you were so dumb back then. We'll see though. So overall with content creation, I just want to spend more time doing it. And so another one of my goals in this category is to close out all of my freelance projects. There are some projects that I'm just doing for friends and family that I'm not getting paid for, but they're taking up a decent amount of my time and I have to do them outside of work. I want to close out all of those things and not take on any more of those types of projects so that I can just focus on content creation. All right, now for the juiciest category, side income. I'm trying to build 6 streams of side income. The first one we've already talked about, which is those commissions. They're all in addition to my salary, so I consider them side income. I want to get to 5,000 in gross commissions this year. We already talked about that. The second one is selling products. Last year, I opened up a store for my art prints. And since I've launched the store, I've sold at least one per month, and that's completely passive for me because I'm not really actively promoting it. So it's really a small time investment, but I believe that if I invested a little more time up front, not only on art prints, but expanding into digital products and maybe some other physical products as well, I'll be able to continue to drive sales with this and grow that income over time. And something that I'm considering for that this year is actually setting up a dedicated website just for my store, just for my products, because right now it is part of my portfolio website and my overall website that I use for everything else. I think I'm gonna set up a dedicated store so I can have more e-commerce focused features and marketing and all of that good stuff. And at this point is where I start to consider digital products a separate income stream from physical products. Over the last year, I've also spoken with a lot of different vendors that sell digital assets for creators. So like textures, gradients, fonts, stuff like that. Places like Creative Market are an example of this. I'm going to start working on getting my work in these stores so that when they sell to their audience, their customer base, I also get a commission of that, and I can open my own store on those platforms as well and just sell digital downloads that have no overhead to me except for the initial time invested. And all of that income from those sales will be another stream of income. So I believe we are 3 in. So we got 3 more to go. Number 4, this might be a little controversial, but I'm gonna mint at least 1 NFT this year and see if I can sell it. I'm not expecting this to blow up. I'm not expecting this to replace my income or be a huge windfall. I am curious about the NFT space. I think a lot of the creators in the space are making some of the best work I've seen in a long time, the most inspiring stuff. I'm also fascinated at the fact that a lot of artists that used to be freelancers that I looked up to now don't have to work for clients at all anymore, and they just make digital art. That's their full-time thing. And like I said earlier, I don't want to work for clients forever. This is really interesting to me. So I want to explore this world, and I'm just going to take a baby step this year, mint 1 NFT because I have a lot of other stuff going on. So we'll see what happens, but I did just get invited to Foundation, so I'm going to try to mint a 1 of 1 there and then see where that takes me. We'll see. The 4th income stream that I want to grow this year is influencer marketing / content creation revenue. So last year I was approached a few times by some organizations who sent me their products or wanted me to promote their products, and they paid me per post. Last year, this generated $500 for me. This year, I just want it to be more than $500. So I just want it to grow. So far, 1 month into 2022, I'm at $200. We'll see where this takes me. All right, number 6 and the last stream of income is affiliate marketing. I've opened up as many affiliate marketing accounts on as many stores as I possibly can from the companies that sell the products that I use. My hope is that as I grow my audience, I'll be able to generate affiliate sales, and that'll also be a relatively passive income stream. My only specific goal for this year is I opened up an Amazon affiliates account, and you have to have at least 1 sale per 180 days. I just want to stay an Amazon affiliate for the rest of the year. If I can do that for the entire year, I think that's a big win for me. That's an entirely new revenue stream that I have never tapped into before. So I want that to grow as well, or at least get started. But yes, that's all 6 income streams. There's commissions from my day job. There's the store selling art prints. There's a store selling digital products. There's the NFT thing. Don't hate me. There's influencer marketing / content creation, and then affiliate marketing. Those are all 6. Number 1 biggest personal goal for me is my wife and I want to buy a home. We've already started looking at homes, and it has been a struggle. We've put in offers. We've been beaten out by people that just have so much cash, but we're going to keep trying. Hopefully it will not take the entire year, but that's one of our main goals. We want to buy a home, and then we want to move into it. Right now we live in a 1-bedroom apartment. My whole setup is in the living room. If she wants to do something in this space and I'm recording, she has to be quiet. Or if she has a call and I'm jamming out to music, something's got to change. We just are outgrowing the space really quickly, and so we really want to get a home. That's number 1. My second personal goal is I don't want to own things that I don't use. I have so much junk that I've accumulated over the years, things that I've kept even from like when I was like a child, like my Game Boy. Like, I don't use that anymore. What I want to do is I want to sell the things I don't need and that I'm not using, and I want to donate the things that might help other people. And even though we're moving into a bigger space, I don't want that to mean that we buy more things. I want to live with just the things that I need, the things that I use. All of the extra money that I have, I don't want to spend it on things that I won't use in a few months or weeks. I want to use it to be generous. I want to take off the things that I have too much of and use it to help the people who don't have enough. And that's all for personal. Just to recap, if I accomplish all of these goals by January 1st, 2023, I will, number one, have 8 streams of income. Number one, my full-time salary. Number 2, commissions. Number 3, affiliate marketing. Number 4, influencer marketing. Number 5, print-on-demand sales. This is my art prints. Number 6, digital product sales. Number 7, NFT sales. Number 8, YouTube AdSense, because by then, hopefully, I will become a partner. And I guess number 9 is Twitch income. I don't really know what that looks like yet, but if I become an affiliate, I think I make at least like a couple cents. I don't know what that means, but that's 9 streams of income. That's up 5 from last year. And then number 2, I will also be able to call myself a 3D designer. Number 3, I'll be able to call myself a web designer. Number 4, I'll have better work-life balance. Number 5, I will have less clutter and live in a new home. So thanks for watching. Those are all of my goals. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to talk any more about any of these things that I covered in this video, I would love to make a video. Just let me know if you have any questions or if you want me to explore any topic more, but I'll revisit these in a year and then see where I'm at. And hopefully I won't just completely laugh. But thank you guys for watching. Of course, make sure you destroy the like button, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications, and leave a comment. And follow me everywhere at Edward Creates. And I'ma see you soon. Because apparently I'm uploading 25 videos this year. All right, peace.